Aerotorque. Said testing voice chat. Hello?
Okay. We're online. Alright, as we may have gotten from the very annoying Harrier engine noise in the background, we're taking a look at Combat Air Patrol 2. I honestly thought this game was dead. I will be perfectly honest, I thought this game was dead, but Ed Sio, the game's developer, has signed on with Microprose, so they will actually be finishing the game, which is awesome. One of the things the game's meant to have is a proper VR implementation, so we'll see about that. It's got a whole new menu and everything, so doubtless I need to bind controls and stuff. So let's do that first, shall we? Oh, okay. This is going to be super annoying with the controllers. Roll. Nope, that's pitch again. Roll. It's funny seeing the guy doing that with his hand when I'm doing... So that would be better bind trim, I guess. I don't care about rudder trim actually, but let's do it anyway. So, like, the other thing we want to look at today is IL2, Battle of the Great Socialists not having enough food, and that allegedly supports all these buttons, which, as you can see, Cap 2 also supports all the buttons, which is super nice. Gear flaps, all of that stuff. Let's ignore that for now. Vertical flight toggle. I probably should bind that one, hey. Let's just do that for now. Flight engine, we'll need that. Okay. Throttle. Oh yeah, nozzle angle, we'll bind that. And nozzle stop, hang on, come here. Just set all of those. That'll do. And we probably should do some weapons just for the good fun. Oh, this is so annoying to do with the pointy controls. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That'll do for now. So let's jump in now. VR controllers. We want to assign the main thing we want to do is set up a VR center view. That's the main thing. Is there a view? Okay, let's just jump in a jet. So let's just jump in a jet. I look like I'm in the wrong place, don't I? That looks bad. Okay. Okay. Yep, so definitely in the wrong place. So can we center? No, that's not working. Does the mouse work? Of course the mouse doesn't work. Too annoying. Anyway, so we need options. We need VR. We need to reset head position. And return to game. Hey, there we go. Okay. So this is the claim to fame of the system as it is I've got my hands, which is reasonably cool. I don't remember. Yeah, that is how you close the canopy. Set nozzle flap angle. I'm going to do that using my joystick. You see, already I can see the problem with this is that I've got to get these hands out of the way so I can use my hot ass. Oh wow, I can't manually set the nozzles? Okay. Do I need to do that? Nope. Okay. Well, it's given up anyway. So, what can we actually do with our fingers? Can we... Can't press the buttons. I can feel buzzes whenever my fingers actually touch something. But I can't actually switch a lot of these switches. So let's get the flaps in. I have to do it with this hand. Now this is getting in the way of my actual seat. Okay, so I can do that. But it's very annoying to try and control. Alright. Let's get our hands out of the way and just see how it flies, because I think this as a thing needs a bit more thought. Well, my hot ass doesn't seem to be working. Okay, that's annoying as. We might be aborting this one, guys, because it's almost impossible to fly. So, there must be an option I'm missing. Control sets. Now, I don't want that. So I want my actual stick and throttle to work. Okay. Let's try it again. But this time... Yeah, this time we're properly set in the cockpit. So... Can I just... So we still need to close the canopy. So, despite binding those control... Okay, that's working now, but my throttle's not working. Okay, this is starting to get quite annoying. I wonder if... I mean, I'm not going to be able to get my actual hand down there to control the throttle. This is crazy. Okay. Throttle simply doesn't work. Okay. So, this is not working for me. It's not really something I'd recommend at this stage. We probably need to have a bit more of a look at it and just see what's going on there. But I think at this stage, that's unplayable. Which is disappointing, because I think it was more playable the last time we looked at it, which was a couple of years ago. Yeah. So, in any case, on the other hand, we did have an update for IL2 Great Battles, Battle Stalingrad, all of those sorts of titles. It's sold as Battle Stalingrad on Steam. So we'll load up into that and we will take a look and just have a feel of how the game is now. Have a look at the TAR 152H, which is the new airplane they've released with the latest patch. So the TAR 152H was kind of the ultimate version of the FW190 family. In 1944, the Reichsfahrtministerium, the German or the Nazi German Air Ministry, decided that since all of the designers were such good paid-up party members, and because Erhard Milch, who'd fallen out of favour with the leadership in the party, who didn't like some of these designers, they managed to get their way, and they decided that aircraft, rather than being referred to by the company that they... rather than being referred to by the company that made them, we're going to be referred to by the designer that made them. So, TAR for Kurt Tank. I think we're actually loading into the game now, which is good. I'm using Open Composite to get this into my headset using OpenXR rather than Steam VR, because I prefer that interface and it allows me to do things like change the world scaling. This game has a problem that the world scale's a bit off, and of course in Steam VR, or at least last time I looked in Steam VR, there was no way you could do anything about that. With Open Composite, of course, you can, and so it's not something that you guys will see in the replay, but it's something you notice in the VR headset. So I'll just wait for this to load in. Ooh, it's spring outside. Assuming we still have good... Yeah, we got excellent on the data rate, which is nice. So yeah, the latest update to IL2 Stormovik brought support for controllers with more than 32 buttons. Why that's nice is if you've got something like a modern controller, like a Windwing Orion 2 throttle, like I have, one of the things that you want to be able to do is to bind not only the buttons on the throttle itself, but also the buttons on the panel, the base that it comes with. And since these have logical numbers that are larger than 32, that is usually a problem for games like this. But now it's fixed, so that's good. So let us do a takeoff first with our TAR 152. Oh, the last plane I flew was a Spitfire, apparently. There you go. So, TAR 152H1. I don't think there are any options for this one other than the gyro gun sight, but we'll take a look. One of the other things that I've put on that I never used to use is well, it's not really a mod, it's just a set of files that allows you to put a little performance card or an engine limitations card in the cockpit in lieu of a photograph, which would be there. So photo, and we select photo. It's not going to be the photo of the young lady there. It's going to be our, yeah, so the gyro gun sight is the only option there, but we won't select that. Actually, let's select it and just see how it looks. So TAR 152, obviously a development of the FW190 family. This is the H, which was the high altitude variant, so it's got the extended span wings. So let's jump into the cockpit. Oh, we are high up already. Okay, so we'll hit P to unpause. Not too far. I think 1.4 on the ATA. Yeah, there it is. So 3,000 RPM is nominal, 3250 is combat, and I want 1.5 for combat on the ATA. Yeah, I thought it said 3,000 on the... But that's gone way high. Look at that. Yeah, no, so we want less than 1.5. We'll go 1.4. Okay, so feels very claustrophobic, as FW190s usually do. We've got our gun sight there with the range scale. Oh, there's the... setting for the wingspan. So how these work is you'll set the wingspan of the target based on this little Russian fighter, 10 meters, Spitfire 11.2 meters, and then you go down here and you find 10 meters. There's a nice line for the Spitfire there. I guess that's important. And what's this other line? What's that, about 80 meters? Might be, I'm not sure what that line corresponds to. Might be a Beaufighter or a Mosquito. Probably a Mosquito, actually. That would be one of the big targets for this aircraft, in actual fact. So, just going for a bit of a turn. One of the things we'll have a check of in a minute is we'll put ourselves up against the Mustang and just see how it dogfights. Yeah, the view out of it's not great, but it's not terrible. View forward is always bad from these, unless you've got this big cockpit in the way, of course. So, primary guns on the front are the cannons in the wing root, and secondary gun will be the nose-mounted cannon, which I believe is the 30mm in this one, though I could be wrong. Okay. Got all the normal lights, I presume. Yep, got position lights. Not sure if we'd have landing lights or not, but we do have internal lights for night flying. Is there anything else we can do with the... Doesn't seem to be anything else we can do with the gun sight. It doesn't even seem to have a coloured filter to make it more readable in the sunlight. So let us go to our NW50 power, which I need to press boost to go to, and then we will go to 1.8. Lower the boost in a bit. So another thing about all the FW190s, and the D9 is included in that, is they have the... Oh, that's interesting, it backed off. I wonder if it backed off or if I blew the engine. But yes, they have the Commando Go Out system, which is a little mechanical computer. So you've only got the one lever in the aircraft, and that controls all the engine settings, and the little mechanical computer will automatically set the mixture and the prop pitch and the throttle. to achieve the power setting that you request using the control lever. Yeah, and it still flick stalls like a 190, that's for sure. And I can still black myself out in it as well. Okay, so basically like a 190, but hopefully better at high altitude. So let us test that theory by finishing this mission and going up against a Hurricane, Mustang. That would be an Allied plane. And at this late point in the war, we're probably looking at even later than a D-15, but we said we'd go up against the Mustang, and that's the only one we have access to. We'll set our altitude to 10,000 meters. $10,000 we'll set him to veteran, it's ace sheets I think. Yeah, I think we'll just do that. While we're here and waiting, let's just see if I can get some fans turned on to cool our joystick. There we go. Alright, you are up for a dual shore. And we're going to use the gyro gun sight just so I can try and demonstrate how it is used. Okay, so let's prepare. So Mustang is 11.3, so it's the big line along with the Spitfire. There we are. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, I don't like the fact that already I can't see him. That is very disconcerting. Because you know, if I can't see him, he's probably behind me. Contrails? Anyone? Oh, there is one behind us. Oop, haha. Oop. Already. I've stalled and spun. Where is he now? That is the question. Well behind us. Okay. Lining him up there. So engaging now is a very, very bad idea. But fortune favours the foolish or something. Where are you? Oh, actually, nice intercept. There he is. Ah, very nice tactics. He's just going to go back up because he's got more energy. And we can't really follow him, so I'm just going to try and flat turn so he doesn't have all the angles. Just try and make him, if he wants to come back down, he's going to have to come straight down, which will be slightly more difficult for him. I'm not feeling like I'm getting much from this wing. Now we are at 10,000 meters, so there's probably not much to get in the air up here. Reverse on him. This is fast. Yeah, he's fast, and he knows it, and he's going to keep using it. So good tactics from the AI, making the most of my fair inability to bring anything to bear on him, but got a bit of a shot there, and then just let the nose fall through. Okay, now this is what I wanted to see with the turning, whether we had any chance. So that nice big wing should give us a chance. Yeah, I feel like we do have a bit of an edge in the turn now. Certainly more than the A8 does down low. Wasn't even at full throttle. Right, feeling a bit of a tickle now because I've gotten too greedy and pulled him into the front windscreen instead of keeping him up ahead here and just lagging slightly. And there we go. Yep. A bit more power. There we go. I mean, we're in combat, so 1.51 should be acceptable. Yeah, I feel comfortably staying with him in the turn. My inability to set the engine notwithstanding. He's a bit further away than my current gun sight setting, but it's getting nicely closer. We're slowly solving these angles. I don't think he likes what we're doing. So he's going to try and get some altitude on us again. Because I can solve this angle. Not quite. A bit of a tickle on the stick. It's tail buffets in the stall. The cowl flaps wide open as the engine's nice and hot. Back off a little bit, back down to combat. Yeah, come on, we can do this. So, if we set the gun sight so that it properly is set to the proper wingspan, and the ring is matching his wingspan at the distance he is from us, and we hold it on him, then what the gun sight is doing is it's calculating the lead we need for that solution. Let's go MW50 and go get it. Trouble I'm having, of course, is I haven't quite got the geometry of this fight right, so I'm not behind him enough. Though he just helps me with that, which is nice. I've only got a minute or so of this higher power setting, so if I get the gun sight set right, if I hold it over him, oh, nice jink, yes. Gave me another problem to solve. There we are. Put this side of him. We're not going to be able to get the nose back up there, so we're going to be patient. Going to back off a bit. We're going to come back to combat. Actually, let's come back to continuous for a minute. Rest the engine. him into the sight. I don't think I had the sight set right. I think he was a bit closer than that. So let's just trail him for a while. Offset the circles, see if we can get a better position. He's trying the reversal in front. Ooh, okay. G on to stay with him, don't completely black out. Now that's the other thing, he's probably got a G suit. Which is one of the things some of the American pilots had at this late stage in the war. I was not aligned. Cool the engine a bit. Just not getting the sights set quite right to have a go at him, am I? Yeah, we just need to get closer. Which is always a challenge in this sort of fight. It's a very similar plane. Oh, I hit him. Okay. So problem, different altitude. Hold it over him. Oh, stalled out just when I pulled the trigger. Probably actually moved the stick back a bit further when I pulled the trigger. I've rested the engine for a bit, so let's have a bit more of that combat power. It's not quite able to hold the gun sight on him. I feel like our performance benefit was up a lot higher, and now we're getting lower. I think he's getting some performance benefit on me. Another nice hit. Yeah, I think we've held a radiator, which might be good for us. It might reduce some of his ability to stay using the power levels he's been using. Just can't quite hold gun sight on him. Oh yeah, that got him. 30mm for the win. Down? I think he did. Maybe he didn't. Oh. Okay, so that worked out well. Now, I think what I want is... Yeah, that's good. Okay. So, finish mission. The other thing we're going to do to have a test of how everything flies is we are just going to go to England. we're going to grab a plane we know well, which is an Allied plane, which is a 5B Spit. We're going to put it on the runway, and we're going to have at it. So what I'm doing now is just testing my keybinds for like cooling, for my trims, for flaps and landing gear, and my mixture and prop pitch settings. Okay, 5B set up. I will have a mirror in this one, and we're going to have RAF paint scheme. Even though we will have the Soviet performance. Oh, and of course we only get numbers because Soviet. Anyway, we'll just go with that. Alrighty. So. Okay. This feels a lot less cramped than the 190, the Tower 152, sorry. Okay. Alright, so prop forward, flaps up, gears select down, mixture rich, and I want a couple of divisions nose down for takeoff. Alright. Door closes. Oh, bit of dancing on the rudder to keep straight. Let the tail come up. And we'll gain some speed, 6 pounds. Should come off nicely now. Positive rate, select gear up. And engine back to 2850 and plus 6 is climb power. Sure. I feel like those 2 divisions nose down was a very nose down trim for takeoff, so I might have that wrong. Yeah, it was a very nose down trim for takeoff actually. Only 2 divisions nose up in the sim. Okay, 200 miles per hour, nice. Come back to 0. 2200, and we'll go lean crop, and we can come in a couple on the radiator. It's a nice sightseeing setting. I think it's about 190. Very good. Alright. Actually, I wonder if that is... Okay, I'm just trying to see, yeah, okay, so the radiator forward is open. So we'll come back a couple of spots, we will go mixture rich, we will bring our RPMs back up to 2,600. Speeds. Flaps down 140, undercarriage 160. So not quite there yet, so I'll just listen to the lovely sound of the undercarriage warning. Right, chassis down, flaps down. Brakes, undercarriage, mixture prop, fuel, flaps. checked. Maybe full nose up trim is not the answer here as well. Oh, I've rounded out a bit too high, as I want to do. So this is going to be a bouncy landing. Okay, and on the go. Let's get the flaps up. And you should be flying. And gear up. Come back to +6. And prop back to 2850. Okay. There we go. And we can noodle around for a while. Close the canopy to make it a bit quieter. I thought I selected a mirror. Did I not? The other problem is I've got full nose up trim, and the plane still wants to lean forward. That's at climb speed, so that's a little strange. I wouldn't have expected that to be how it's set up, or how it's rigged. But maybe it is, who knows? Yeah, we do have a gun sight filter. Is this Hawkinge? I think this is Hawkinge we're at. So we continue down the coast for a while, we'll see either Lyme or Livingston. Or maybe that was Lyme. And this is Livingston, maybe. I thought Livingston was more out that way, if it's even on this map. So I can level off. I admit my knowledge of the later war geography is not great. So that's Newchurch. And we were at Lyme. This is Newchurch, and over there is Brenzett. Do we actually, is Livingston still a thing? Might not still be a thing. So let's go up to Hawkinge, which would be the sort of the major airfield for the area, or it would have been during the Battle of Britain. So Hawkinge is the airfield up near Folkestone. And because we're cruising, we'll come back to +4 and 2,650 RPMs. And if I consult my little sheet, I will see 2,650 and +7 is my cruising power, so we will go to +7. What's climb power then? Well, so-called international power is +9 and 2850, so we'll remember that for our climb. Okay, so the little dot is set at +9, that's nice. So we can use that when it comes to actually flying the thing in anger. Yeah, there's no alien trim in the Spit, so you've got to sort of play with the rudder trim and the centre position of your stick. Balance them off against each other. But This one's actually quite fast, I feel, for a Mark 5, but maybe I'm just used to Mark 2s. So Hawkins should be off this way. At least Foxton, the town, is off this way. So that's 5, allegedly. So there's land behind us. Next town will be Folkestone, and so Hawkins should be out here somewhere. There it is, on the nose. Covered by the nose, so I can't see it. We'll still fly by of the Wing Commander's office, which I bet is going to be on the right-hand side, not the left. Yeah, we need to do our recon so we can work out whose office we're going to do the flyby on. There's the hangars, there's the concepts, so tower dispersal is all there. So boss's office will be down in with tower and dispersal and that. So I'll pick this nice road just in front of dispersal, and we'll give the boys the good show. Oh, that's a fielder. Looked like dispersal from up there. Wonder where dispersal is then. Oh, there's tower. I suppose this is a more major airfield. This in here will be the squadron areas. That'll be dispersal there, the hut behind tower, or maybe the lower area of tower. Okay, let's head back to London. So a lot of the RAF airfields, at least until later in the war, were just grass fields. So aircraft always took off from and landed into the wind, which is how they were designed to work. As aircraft got bigger and heavier, obviously that became less of a thing that was possible, and so they paved runways for the aircraft to use. And of course, as the American aircraft came in, they needed paved runways. So American airfields in the UK, a lot of them were paved as well. So that will be Folkestone. And over this way, if I open my canopy, I probably can't open it at this speed, or we'll open it when we slow down. There's airfield, so let's have a look at this one from above. So this is probably a more representative airfield for a fighter airfield, though of course the airfield itself was originally a flying club. So there's the fuel area done? Not sure. I guess those are armament bunkers. Those will be accommodation block probably, or something like that. Got hangars, of course. Oh no, those are army pits. Got hangars. Got a nice paved area for working on aircraft. Nice paved dispersal. Rest areas for the crews and pilots, and a nice little tower there. So, the windsock is dead, so we've got our choice of landing direction, so let's go in towards the tower and see if we can end up near the tower. Or should we do the short landing challenge? I think we'll do the short landing challenge. And at 160, we'll get gear down and flaps at 140. I'm already messing up my short landing challenge by being far too high and far too close. So we need a lot of nose up trim. Alright, I do remember it's on some sort of hill. I remember that from other sims, like the two other Battle Britain sims I used to fly. 140 is fast, so brakes, undercarriage, mixture, prop, fuel and flaps. Spitfire is lovely, you can just cut the throttle and glider in pretty much. Don't clip the fence of course, and that was a bit of a bouncer, but not too bad. Yeah, it did okay. Oh, kind of avoided scraping the wing there. Go over and park on this nice paved area. An uncommonly nice thing for a fighter airbase. Okay, get flaps up. Alright, and set everything and switch the engine off. There we go. Now, of course, if I do my trick that I love to do in DCS of getting out of the plane, at some point we just simply start to see our pilot, which is disappointing, but it's one of those things. Okay, yeah, as you can see, the pilot just sort of appears. But yeah, so IL2, it actually works now, which means I will probably have to go and update my review of it. It is nice to stand on the wing of a shiny airplane and look out at the scenery. Alright, catch you later, guys.